My name is Jake Ignaszewski, and today we are going to be going from department to department and learning about each Silver Knights intern and what they do each game. We're going to see what's going on over here with David in the merchandise section. So I'm here with David Craps. He's over here restocking the merch. So David, I just want to ask you, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Game-to-game basis, I'm here selling merchandise to all our fans that come in, and then I'm also ordering new stuff to bring in, so like these sweatshirts and these shirts here, like design, talk to our distributors, and get them here for our fans to buy.
That's awesome. And so what has been one of your favorite parts about this summer so far?
It's been great being part of the staff here, and then I also love coming to the games and then seeing people walk around wearing the merchandise that I sold them. That's a pretty good feeling.
I bet. It must be sort of obviously different from what was last year, where you couldn't even really see anybody's smiles or faces because of the mask and everything like that. But I was just wondering, after the Silver Knights, what are some of your dream aspirations down in your sports career?
Ideally, I'd like to work in sports marketing for a professional team, ideally football, but, baseball's been pretty cool this summer, so I might have to give that a look.
Awesome. Let's go to the next department. So we're going to be talking to Samantha Tyler, who is up here in the front of the Silver Knights Stadium. So Sam, I was just wondering, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Yeah, so I'll start off in the ticket office, and I'll just make cold calls, talk to the fans, sell suites, ticket packages, stuff like that. And then I'll come up here and just kind of hand out the will call tickets.
That sounds fun. And then, so what is your favorite part about this summer so far?
Honestly, I love everyone I work with here. Everyone's amazing. I love meeting the fans as well. It's just a great environment, and to get to talk to everyone and have this experience is awesome.
I completely agree. All the staff is amazing here. And then what is your dream aspirations for after the Silver Knights?
Yeah, so I want to go into sports marketing, preferably. I'd like to work for like the Celtics or something, but any pro sports, this internship this summer has really gotten me into baseball a lot more too, so anything like that.
That's amazing. Let's go to the next department. So let's go over to the next department. We are here with Josh Tripp, who is the statistical person for the Silver Knights. And Josh, what do you usually do on a game-to-game basis? I see that you're here erasing some of the whiteboards of the standings and putting up the lineup. So what do you usually do each game?
So pregame, it's my job to go get the lineups and update the standings and put it all on the whiteboards, and I send it out to the staff. And then during the game, I'm recording lineups and recording stats up in the press box, and I'm getting stats out to the rest of the staff so we can run our daily things.
Yeah, Josh is a very helpful part of this staff with all the statistics that he is able to capture throughout the games. And so what has been your favorite part throughout this summer?
Getting to work with a lot of different people and getting to work in baseball is ultimately what my goal is. It's a nice first step for me. I've loved just being around a ballpark and being with people that are just as much into baseball as I am.
That's amazing. And then, so what are your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
It's lofty, but ultimately I'd like to be in the front office of a baseball team eventually. So I'm going into my sophomore year of college. Maybe I'm looking to get a job with a AAA program next year, AA, AAA, something like that. Just get into Major League Baseball somehow and then work my way up through the ranks that way once I get out of college.
I love it. Definitely remember this kid because he could be making the moves for the Red Sox in the future. Next, we're going to be talking to Connor Dines, who is the Clubhouse Supervisor. Connor, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Game-to-game basis starts off, I get here usually about 4 hours before first pitch, prep baseballs for the umpires, put out the waters for both teams, and also get the food for both home and visiting teams.
And so what has been your favorite part of this summer so far?
I think my favorite part's kind of two parts. One is just interacting with the guys and getting to know them and, learning about how they carry themselves. Obviously, I play Division III baseball. They're D1 guys, and, obviously the spotlight's kind of on them, especially being in front of thousands of fans every night. So probably that, and then definitely getting to catch them and dress up a couple times. So always cool.
Yeah, so for people who don't know, Connor once or twice has been the bullpen catcher for the Silver Knights and has also been the first base coach. So you've pretty much done everything here so far.
Yeah, for sure. It's been really cool. It's definitely an honor the first time to dress up with them and be. So I go to Riviera, as you know, down the street, and it was the first player in Riviera history on a Futures League roster. So I think that might be the number one favorite memory this year. So it was on Memorial Day too, and my grandfather's a Vietnam veteran. I lost him to cancer a couple of years ago, and to be able to wear the United States flag jersey that day with them was really special.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And then after the Silver Knights, what is some of your dream future aspirations?
I'm definitely going to be in sports. Just got to wait and see, what degree I want to pursue. I'm definitely going to go get a master's, or I'm thinking about law school too. one of those two things, and take it from there and see what happens.
Let's go and see the next department. Next, we are going to be talking with Henry from the concession stands and see what he does throughout each game. So Henry, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
So basically at the beginning of every shift, we just get the concession stand ready. I bring the ice. We get our tubs of sodas and waters out, and I put the ice in there. I put the ice in the soda machine, and I also bring it up to the home plate and to the tavern. And then we start to wrap food for home plate. We bring up a bunch of food for them, and then we get the food ready for our station, and then we also prepare the sweets.
Well, for people that don't know, Henry and the concessions are, in my opinion, the most important department for the Silver Knights, because if they weren't here, all these fans would be very grouchy and hungry and thirsty as well. And so what has been some of your favorite parts of this summer so far?
Just meeting a lot of the customers, seeing a lot of the regulars, and they just start to recognize my face, and we just started to get a lot of talking chemistry, and it just makes the experience a lot more fun,
That's awesome. And then so what are your future aspirations after this summer and after working for the concessions for the Silver Knights?
I'm definitely interested in trying to get some type of internship position in the stadium, but I'm also trying to finish my associates at Middlesex for communications, and I'm just very interested in going into the sports field and being some type of maybe analyst or media member in the sports world.
That's awesome, man. Let's go to the next department. Next, we are going to be talking to this ticket sales representatives for the Silver Knights. So I'm here with Keeler. So Keeler, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Game day basis, so we do all the game day tickets. Get a lot of walk-ups here, answer phones, yeah.
That's awesome. And we got Anthony right here. So Anthony, what has been one of your favorite parts throughout this summer?
Just meeting all of our season ticket holders, getting to have a great connection with them all, and my great time in the kids zone.
For people that don't know, Anthony, Jackson, and also Keeler as well, they have a good amount of time in the kids zone during the game when they're not here also doing the ticket sales. But one thing that people don't realize is how Sir Stanley gets up there, that inflatable one out in front of the stadium. So I want to ask you, Jackson, what is that experience like, being able to put that inflatable mascot up, and how hard is it?
So putting up Sir Stanley is really just a great experience, because not only do we need to work together, because we got to like counterbalance it and like kind of fix it up, but yeah, it's been great, and I'm definitely going to miss the guy.
Yeah, we definitely saw them do a lot of that stuff before the game and throughout the season. But I want to ask you guys, each of you guys, what are your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
I definitely love to work in ticket sales in major leagues somewhere.
It's amazing. And then you as well?
I think something with sales after this, preferably with a professional sports team. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And you, Jackson, as well?
Yeah, same. Same.
I love it. So this is the ticket sales representatives, and we'll go to the next department. Now let's talk to some of the operations people here for the Silver Knights. I'm coming over here with Chloe Tardif, who is a social media intern for the Silver Knights. So Chloe, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Game days, I start by recording your pregame breakdowns, and then I make and post the lineups, and then during the game I help with the player and kids on-field activities, and I do the photography.
That's awesome. She does a great job with the photography. If you haven't seen any of the pictures throughout this season, she really does an amazing job. So Chloe, what has been your favorite part throughout this season?
Favorite part has definitely been the people. Like, the fans are great, the staff is great, and like the season ticket holders who know our names now, it's definitely one of the favorite parts.
That's awesome. And then, so what are some of your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
Just like pretty much everybody else here, I want to do something with sports marketing, like social media managing. The Bruins would definitely be like the goal team.
That's awesome. Let's go to the next department. We're going to be talking to the on-field host, Tanner. And Tanner, before you start that, I just got to ask you a few questions. What do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Game-to-game basis, I interact with the fans most of the time before I start my stuff, and then, get the kids down here, do different on-field events, interact with the players, make sure they're getting hyped up, getting the fans hyped up, want to get all the energy up in the stadium.
That's awesome. You do a great job with it, seriously.
Thank you.
Now, what has been your favorite part throughout this season?
I think my favorite part of this season is just to get to know the staff and the players and building like a sort of friendship with them, and hopefully that I can continue on and get to know some of these guys and follow their careers a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, we definitely have some guys on the Silver Knights who we could potentially see in the major leagues in the future. And then, so what is your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
Future aspirations is to work within the marketing department of some kind of major league team, whether that be whatever sport. not really picky about that, but would love to stay in sports.
That's awesome, man. Let's go to the next department. So next we're going to be talking to Josie Smith, who is the stadium operations intern. So Josie, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
So I come in before the game, I plan all the activities, and I write the script, and then I sign fans up, bring them out on the field, let them play some games, some activities to enhance their experience, and then I run a 50-50 raffle. And
yeah, if you haven't seen her around, she does some incredible in-game games such as like Dizzy Bat, Human Ring Toss as well. And so how did you come up with those things?
we've got an equipment closet, so I kind of just saw we've got some hula hoops, some soccer balls. I just kind of came up with some random games that kids would enjoy, and it's gone really well.
It's awesome. And so what has been your favorite part of the summer so far?
The people that I work with and the fans. A lot of fans know my name, I know their name, and they love having conversations with me when they come in, and that's what I look forward to the most, is seeing them every game.
The Silver Knights community and all the fans and everything are always so supportive, and it always makes our jobs easier, in my opinion. And then, so what are your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
So I love what I'm doing here. I love event planning, event management, so I really would love to do that maybe at like TD Garden, Fenway Park. So big dreams for Boston.
I love it. Let's go to the next department. So next we're going to be talking to Mark Colley, who is the media relations intern. So Mark, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
I do the game notes, I write post-game recaps for the website, and I also run the sound system during games.
And so what has been your favorite part throughout this summer so far?
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching the team. I mean, I love baseball, so it's a lot of fun to get paid to watch baseball and get paid to write about baseball, so that's obviously a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's nothing better than that, in my opinion. And then, so what are your future aspirations after this overnight summer?
Well, if we're aiming big, my favorite team is the Toronto Blue Jays, so I would love to be a beat writer on them, and I mean, really any professional sports team would be a lot of fun.
That would be amazing. Definitely look out for this guy to do some incredible stuff in the sports industry in the future. Let's go to the next department. Next, we're going to be talking to the people up here in the press box. Let's start with the broadcasters. So right here, I'm here with Matt Clement, who is the executive producer for the Silver Knights. So Matt, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
So I'm the broadcast producer / engineer, running Blue Frame, running the Sling studio here, switching cameras, putting up stats for the players, everything involved with the broadcast that's not talking.
That's awesome then. So what is your favorite part so far this summer?
Providing like a somewhat professional atmosphere for these players and like their families who get to watch them. And I know it means a lot to the people that tune in, so that makes me feel good.
For people that don't know, Matt was actually in the truck during the Nesson broadcast, helping them out with the broadcast. And so I was wondering, what is some of your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
Yeah, I'm looking to work in TV production for sports, hopefully documentaries or feature segments. I'm planning on applying to MLB Network and Fox Sports, so we'll see. I could be anywhere in a year. I'll have to let you guys know.
Yeah, definitely look out for this kid. And then we got GJ, who is the play-by-play broadcaster for the Silver Knights. And so what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Just call the game. Just let the game happen. Let the game come to me, and just try and bring as much excitement and energy into the call. Whether it's quoting Newton's laws of physics or it's just calling a home run from Connor Isaac. You got to bring it every day.
Right, GJ does an amazing job with his calls as well. And so what has been your favorite part of this summer so far?
Working with the crew, from the players all the way down to the staff, from Cam and Katie in the office to all of you guys here. It's just been a really fun summer and just a very cohesive, well-oiled machine, which is kind of nice.
And then you also do a podcast in the off-season as well. And so other than that, what are your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
I mean, basically take over the world, one play-by-play game at a time, just anything. I love talking sports. So, have a chair and a mic, and I'll talk sports with you for an hour. So, wherever you can find me, that's it.
Shout out your podcast.
The Armchair Sports Guys, with just a bunch of sports jack. Love talking Boston sports, man. That's it.
Yeah, definitely go and check them out. And then we're here with Austin as well, who is the color broadcaster for the Silver Knights. And Austin, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Same thing as GJ. I kind of feed off of his energy, kind of the voice of the Silver Knights, and I like to bring some sort of new kind of style to the broadcast. So we have a lot of fun up in our broadcast, and it's kind of unique. And I like to feed off his energy and just kind of call what I see. And I think that's just a really big part of my job here as the Silver Knights.
What has been your favorite part of the summer so far?
Kind of like what GJ said, the whole staff at the Silver Knights has been really welcoming. It's just been a terrific atmosphere. I couldn't ask for a better broadcast partner as well, and a good production guy in Matt. So it really makes the broadcast professional, and this is kind of my first real broadcasting gig, and I couldn't ask for it to be any better.
That's awesome. And then I also heard you talking about that you're looking to go towards your master's degree. And so after that, what are your future aspirations in the sports industry?
Yeah, I'm looking to do my master's degree somewhere outside. I mean, maybe go back to Southern New Hampshire University, but broadcasting has always been a dream of mine, so kind of finding more part-time work in that industry as well. Hopefully go big with it and just kind of seeing where it goes from there.
Yeah, we got some very talented people in this room right here, so definitely look out for them. So I'm here with Alex Nichols, who is an operations intern as well as a scoreboard operator. So Alex, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
So I usually get here pretty early, and it'll be simple tasks of cleaning bathrooms, suites, the bowl, just to make sure the fans have a nice, well-kept area to come to the stadium. And then once game time comes, I come up here and I watch the game, and really that's it.
That's awesome. And so what has been some of your favorite parts of this summer so far?
Ooh, good question. There's a lot. I'd have to say meeting all you guys. Honestly, like all the people I worked with, that was probably the best part of it.
Yeah, I completely agree. All the staff here has very good relationships, and we've had an incredible bond throughout this summer. And then, so what are your future aspirations after the Silver Knights?
I don't have much right now because I just graduated college. So right now, I want to find a job that I can make sure I get like a good pay and all that and start my career out on, really.
That's awesome, man. Let's go to the next department. So I am here with public address announcer Pete Stylos. And so Pete, what do you do on a game-to-game basis?
Yeah, so basically I come in like 2-3 hours before the game. I get lineups, I write the lineups down, and I announce the players and all the ad reads.
Yeah, Pete brings a ton of energy to each game, and it really makes the games a lot more exciting. And so what has been your favorite part throughout this summer?
This summer especially, definitely the atmosphere, because I worked here last year, and because of COVID, we were very limited in what we were able to do last year. And getting to know the staff this year as opposed to last year, like more social interactions with the staff this year, and it's been so great working with all the staff members, and Cam and Katie have been great, and I just love my job, honestly.
And then so after the Silver Knights, what are some of your dream future aspirations?
I would love to do professional PA. That would be my dream job.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Definitely look out for him in the future in the sports industry. So then there's me. What I usually do is I sit in this room right here, I operate the scoreboard, put on different ads, put up the player graphics as well, and then after the game, I go down and interview the players. Honestly, my favorite part of this summer so far has been be able to live my dream of being able to work in sports, be a sideline reporter. I even had the opportunity to be on Nesson, which is one of my bucket list items, so it's pretty incredible to have that opportunity. Some of my future aspirations is I would love to be an on-camera personality, currently host a podcast right now. I would love to be able to do that on an everyday basis, and that's about it for me. So I really appreciate you watching this department to department of the Silver Knights staff. I hope you enjoy getting to know everybody.